Welcome to another edition of the Cuban Assassin Podcast. Hi, I'm your host, Richie Acevedo, also known as the Cuban Assassin. Last time on the Cuban Assassin Podcast, I talked about where I came back from being on tour in Canada and came to be part of Championship Wrestling. But this time, when I came back in Championship Wrestling, I did not come back as the Cuban Assassin. This time I came back as the Super Bee. Brought back my old original character that I started off with, and this time I will win the Championship Wrestling Television Champion as the Super Bee.
All right, Jason Schaefer, what an event that was.
What a turn of events tonight here, Joe Brody. You know, they call it Super Show for a reason.
Well, it's definitely that, and we're here, and I know all these fans are glad that they're here for this event. This matchup, Jason Schaefer, is for the West Virginia Television Championship. As you see that belt proudly over the shoulder of Hustler Rip Manson and his enforcer, Tom Sawyer, out here with him once again, and we have assigned senior referee Eric Foster to this matchup.
You say that's Hustler Rip Manson in there?
That is.
I thought it was a giant Hershey kiss.
Well, I tell you what, with that silver robe on, it looks like somebody unwrapped it a little early, Jason Schaefer, and didn't like what they found inside. It looks like somebody plucked about a half a dozen Tyson chickens in that ring right now with all the feathers in there, Jason.
I mean, it's hard to stomach any night, but it's especially hard to stomach it tonight, Joe Brody.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Tonight of all nights, the premier event here in Championship Wrestling, Super Show 3. And speaking of super, here comes the Super Bee. This is the man who was robbed. Oh, look at that. He just took a shot at enforcer Tom Sawyer out there. This man was robbed. He was absolutely robbed of that title in the finals of that tournament on television here in recent weeks, Jason Schaefer.
You know, a lot of mystery and speculation surrounding the identity of the Super Bee, Joe
Well,
Brody.
I do know this. The Super Bee has been in Championship Wrestling, he's been in Championship Wrestling a very short time, but he has been a wrestler and been wrestling about 17 or 18 years. Now, we showed a piece of video of the Super Bee on television for weeks to preview his coming into the area for the television title tournament, and I subsequently found out that that piece of video was from his rookie year in Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling. So this guy's been around a good long while.
Well, you know, and that maybe that lends a little water to Joey Morton's argument or his prediction, if you will, that if we took the mask off the Super Bee, we would find one Danny Ray.
Well, I tell you what, I know Danny Ray, and years ago, a lot of our fans probably don't realize it, but years ago, I had a feud with Danny Ray that lasted about 7 or 8 months. We wrestled each other almost 4 or 5 nights a week for about 6 or 7 months. I know Danny Ray very, very well, and I can tell you from watching this Super Bee in the ring, that's not Danny Ray. There's another 6 billion people on this planet that it might be, but I feel confident saying that it is not Danny Ray under the mask.
Okay. There's the bell, Joe Brody, and you know what that means.
Oh, and look at this. The Super Bee making a little fun of the shall we say, the effeminate mannerisms of one Hustler, Rip Manson.
Well, you know as well as I do, Joe Brody, that you cannot let the pageantry and the tricks and just the all-about manner of one Hustler, Rip Manson, cloud your vision or allow you for 1 second to become unfocused.
Well, he's a double tough individual. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he plowed through that tournament with the help.
Look at this, Joe Brody. Look at this.
And a quick roll-up and a 2 count to Super Bee. Looking to get the win quick. I've said it many, many times, and I definitely went by this motto during my wrestling career. You don't get paid by the hour when you're in that squared circle, Jason Schaefer.
That's right. Senior referee Eric Foster searching the Super Bee as the Hustler Rip Manson is accusing him of having something in the tights.
I tell you what, speaking of senior referee Eric Foster, I know that he was all a-quiver with excitement earlier today prior to this event. Shotgun Sullivan made his announcement on television just last week, a video one Muhammad Akbar coming into championship wrestling, and I have fielded about 36 phone calls from one senior referee, Eric Foster, in the last several days trying to figure out, is this the Sheik Akbar that he's such a fan of? And I can tell you that he's definitely not the Sheik Akbar that Eric Foster promotes his DVD so well and so constantly.
You know, any given night, he's at the house. He's watching the Sheik Akbar DVD.
I swear to God, he's been through 3 discs of that thing already. He's worn them out.
Well, on a serious side note, Joe Brody, you know, I have my people working on it. There is some speculation that this new Sheik Akbar, if you will, is and perhaps may be tied to the original Sheik Akbar.
Well, that is always a possibility. We don't really know a lot about this man other than the one videotape that was sent in here from Mosul, Iraq.
And he is a large individual.
Absolutely. Very powerfully built individual. And speaking of power, look at what the Super B is doing to Hustler Rip Manson in the ring here right now. He's just absolutely wearing the ears off the side of his head.
Doing his soprano scream, his best, as I think you called it, his best impersonation of Ned Beatty.
Well, Ned Beatty from Deliverance, let's say, not the Ned Beatty from Superman 1.
Right. Not Otis, right?
That's right. And, you know, I mentioned earlier, I forgot to expound on this, Jason Schaefer, but I mentioned earlier in the first match that Shanghai Pierce threw Mad Dog David Lynch down by those prodigious mutton chops that he's got.
Yes.
And for God's sakes, I mentioned mutton chops, and you during the break there, you had to tell me 3 different times what great mutton chops your wife makes. So,
an Amish favorite.
Oh, I'm sure that they are. Look at this. Hustler Rip Manson on the receiving end of some offense here, shot into the corner, and the big splash from the Super B, and he's rocking and reeling, and down he goes face first.
Down.
Well, let's not say that too loud. 2 count there. Super B picks him back up, and he's cranking on that arm. Now, what you're going to see from the Super B, folks, is a lot of technical wrestling. He is a wonderful mat-based technical wrestler. And, you know, I can't say enough about someone who executes the basics well. Did you see that?
It went right to the eyes,
Joe Brody. To the eye and right into that side headlock. Super B immediately backs him into the ropes, going to fire a forearm shot into the midsection of his own, followed up by a second. Now he's going to shoot Rip Manson off.
Nice
Manson
reversal.
Reverses. Oh, and look at that big shoulder tackle from the Super B. Drop down, crossover. Here he comes again with another big shoulder tackle, and out of the ring goes Hustler Rip Manson.
He's taking a powder to the outside, Joe Brody. He's trying to slow this match down. I think he's headed to the locker room.
Well, he's on his
I believe he's had enough.
Well, if he's headed to the locker room, he's out of his head. He's headed to the wrong locker room. And there he is. You see his enforcer, Tom Sawyer, out here with him.
Well, you know as well as I do, Joe Brody, that if he gets counted out, that belt does not change hands.
Well, that could very well be his plan. We mentioned that on preceding weeks on television. The television title, folks, is on the line in any match Hustler Rip Manson wrestles for the first 10 minutes.
Then what happens to it?
Well, after the 10-minute mark, if it's a 15-minute match, after the 10-minute mark, the television title is no longer on the line.
Okay.
It's a television time limit.
Okay.
So you have to beat the man in 10 minutes.
It sounds like the Hustler Rip Manson again working his magic to get that rule instated.
Well, that actually, Jason, that's been a rule with television titles down through wrestling for years and years and years. There have been instances in years past where certain television titles have been contractually negotiated for a particular match for a longer time limit. I am aware of
Look at this, the
Oh,
helter-skelter. He's going for the helter-skelter.
He had him hooked for it. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. Oh, so close, so close. Super B had him down for that 2 count. Referee Eric Foster, senior referee right in there, says no, he got the shoulder up at the last split second. That was at about a 2 7/8 count. And I can't believe Hustler Rip Manson's going up to the top. I've never seen this before. But then again, I've never seen an elephant in top of a palm tree either.
This is Super Show, Joe Brody.
Hey, they're
and look
pulling
at
out
this.
all the stops.
Look at
Slams
that.
him right off the top. And it looks like Super B's going up for himself up on top, up to that high-risk, high-rent district.
A little more suited for the high-rent district.
Well, just a little bit more, and there he goes. Oh, and look at that, a big frog splash off the top. That's it.
There you are. We have a new
That's it,
television
George.
champion.
Your winner and the new Championship Wrestling television champion, the Super B. He said all along he was going to do it. He said that's why he came here to Championship Wrestling. And there you see it. He got the win. He got the new. He has the belt. New television champion.
And when I was back wrestling for Championship Wrestling as the Super B, I'll be working at Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, and I'll be working as a delivery driver, delivering food and pizza for Gino's. I would also be spending time with my kids, with my son Quentin, and also with my daughter Madison. So I try to make sure I spend as much time as I can with them, all the time I can get. I'm free between wrestling and working at Gino's as a pizza delivery guy. And during this time while I was wrestling as a Super B, I would do appearances at schools and talk to kids about say no to drugs and don't drink alcohol and so forth. But during this time at Championship Wrestling, Joe Brody and the Dealman Mark Warner from the Cole Automotive Group in Princeton, West Virginia had come together to do some deals and stuff, and Cole Automotive Group did some commercials and some spots for Championship Wrestling for their TV advertisement. Let's take a look at some of those TV spots now.
Can you smell what the Dealman's cooking?
This is it. Cole Honda Nissan Subaru Kia presents the Upside Down Smackdown. Get 10,000 over Kelly Blue Book for your trade on Nissan Titans, Kia Boregas, Honda Pilots, and Subaru Trifectas. Dealman showing no mercy tonight.
Get 10,000 over Kelly Blue Book for your trade through Monday at Cole Honda Nissan Subaru Kia, Route 460 Bluefield. Call the Dealman now. 800-408-5555.
Wednesday at noon, you can catch Johnny Shotgun Sullivan and his group on the 2 Virginia CW, channel 1018.
Folks, if you're looking for some good, clean family entertainment, then we suggest Championship Wrestling. Wednesday at noon on the 2 Virginia CW. Refreshing, isn't it?
Don't miss Championship Wrestling on the 2 Virginia CW every Wednesday at noon. Be there!
I'm Dr. Roger Ham. When people get hungry, I get mad.
This Friday night, join Cole Automotive and Championship Wrestling to fight hunger.
I'm Joe Brody from Championship Wrestling.
And I'm the Dealman from Cole Honda Nissan Subaru Kia in Green Valley.
Join us this Friday night at 7:30 to benefit the Bluefield Union Mission.
It's gonna get ugly.
Fans, I am here with the commissioner and the television champion who have a tag match coming up, Super B, tagging with the Dealman.
That's right, this is an unusual tag match because whoever makes the pin will win the television title in this type of stipulation of a match. But I tell you what, I got with the Dealman. The Dealman wants to get his hands, get a little retribution on himself against none other than Hustler Rip Manson and Tom Sawyer. You know what? He's going to smack down a deal on them right here in the ring tonight. I guarantee you that. Television champion is Super B and the Dealman. We're going to win this match, and we're going to show Hustler Rip Manson and Tom Sawyer what they can do to themselves afterwards. So right now, Dealman, it's going to be an honor. We're going to take it to him, brother.
Dealman, a few weeks as commissioner, and you're already stepping foot in the ring in a tag team match, and a man that actually beat you up at Super Show 3. What are your thoughts going into this match?
You know, payback. Payback is what I'm here for today. I mean, the man disgraced me in front of my family. It's time he felt some retribution.
Retribution from the Dealman, and a special stipulation in this match. Whoever gets the pinfall will become the television champion. So let's get to the ring right now for that tag match.
Hey, look at that, coming to the ring right now, Jason Schaefer, Hustler Rip Manson, and his enforcer, Tom Sawyer. And I'll tell you what, the Hustler doesn't look like he's too happy to be out here right now.
Certainly not a very happy look on the face of the Hustler tonight.
No, it looks like he just swallowed a whole lemon right there, Jason Schaefer. The enforcer, Tom Sawyer, cracked about as much a smile as I've ever seen him coming out to the ring here for this big match.
Look at this. The Dealman wants a piece of it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. And Hustler Rip Manson, you know what? I think our commissioner could quite possibly have bitten off more than he can chew here in this matchup. The one thing that he's got going, let's not forget, Hustler Rip Manson's a trained professional wrestler with years of experience. The Dealman is not.
You're right, Joe Brody.
And what you've got is you've got the Super Bee standing between the Dealman and some serious hurt right now. Now let's just hope that the Super Bee is up to it. He's beaten Hustler Rip Manson for the belt. He's subsequently beaten Tom Sawyer in a match. And, you know, Super Bee knows very well that it's on him to keep this match under control.
Yeah.
It's definitely on him. There were quite a few people that advised our commissioner, the Dealman, not to insert himself into this match.
The way this works is the first man to score the pinfall will become the television champion.
And there you have it. Jason Schaefer, the rules of this match is that whoever gains the pinfall win
walks out with the belt.
Walks out with
television
the belt.
champion.
Very unique rules.
Yes. Two unique individuals right there.
I'll tell you that. Talk about, well, Beauty and the Beast, I guess. I'm just not sure which one's which.
Right.
There you have it, the Super Bee.
The fans really coming alive for our commissioner.
There's no doubt about it. He is definitely well liked and loved by our fans here in Championship Wrestling. Referee Cody Green assigned to this matchup, and Hustler Rip Manson. And there you have the bell, Jason Schaefer. And it's going to be the Super Bee starting off with former television champion Hustler Rip Manson. Once again, we have a former champion and a current champion facing off here on television this week. There it is. There's the title belt. And the Super Bee getting the chicken chant going against Hustler Rip Manson. Look at that. Tom Sawyer slipped the side headlock and went into a top wrist lock, and there goes the Super Bee. A little bit of shoot wrestling there.
I really like this Super Bee.
Hey, there's no doubt. Yeah, he's a heck of a wrestler and a friendly guy. And
absolutely,
man, what an asset to Championship Wrestling. Any organization would be glad to have this guy on
He
board.
somewhat embodies what this entire company is all about.
Well, he definitely embodies what that television championship is about, which is putting the title on the line in the spirit of sportsmanship and competition, and not backing down from anyone.
Just proudly wearing the yellow and black.
Well, speaking of, he's wearing the yellow and black, and enforcer Tom Sawyer's chosen to wear a football jersey out here into the ring, and I just have to say,
We've seen that be a big mistake on several occasions.
I hope someone jerks that up over his head like a hockey game, and basically just
goes to Philadelphia
on him. And look at there. Now he's come out of it right now. And Hustler Rip Manson talked him out of it. It could very well be that he foresaw something there that I was thinking about.
Perhaps, Joe Brody.
Collar and elbow lockup, and enforcer Tom Sawyer with the arm ring takes the arm over on the Super Bee, cranks it one time. Now he's going to pull him over and make the tag, and here comes the handsome dancing one, Hustler Rip Manson. Big left-handed shot to the arm, cranks that arm over, and oh, and look at that!
Music to your ears, Joe.
It is definitely that. Someone catch that pig.
Here comes the Dealman. He gets the tag. Going to work on that arm.
He's got that arm. He's working it over. He's going to crank it one more time. And taking Hustler Rip Manson into that corner and hanging on for all he's worth. You know, that reminds me, you ever see the Jungle Book? When Baloo's got a hold of the tiger's tail and he says, let go, and he goes, no, there's teeth in the other end.
Oh, and the Dealman manages to get out of there. And the Hustler hits Tom Sawyer.
And he's paintbrushing him with some slaps there, some schoolyard slaps. And
holding him at bay as the Super B makes the tag and comes in. Oh, and the Dealman gets one shot on his way out of the ring.
Super B set him up for the big cheap shot there.
Hustler Rip Manson gonna need to visit the good Dr. Roger Ham for some pain medication after this match is over.
I'm not sure if the good doctor dispenses any pain medication, but he sure dispenses a lot of medical advice.
There you go. Well, old Tom Sawyer gonna give him a rub down.
Boy, that paints a picture I really wish I hadn't seen. Referee Cody Green telling both men to open their fists. Oh, and Hustler Rip Manson is challenging the Super B to a Greco-Roman knuckle lock here.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at this. Super B frustrating Hustler Rip Manson here. A little bit of frust. Oh, look at this. They finally lock up the Greco-Roman knuckle lock. And
an game of schoolyard mercy, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. And look at this. And the Dealman sneaks in and smacks the toes of Hustler Rip Manson. Here comes Tom Sawyer, and the Super B stomps on the fingers of Tom Sawyer. And he raises up and gives a little blow to his own partner. Man, what action we're seeing in this matchup.
I think perhaps the Hustler and Tom Sawyer may have underestimated their opponents tonight, Joe Brody.
Hey, that's you know, I have to wonder if Tom Sawyer is even aware at this point that he's in a matchup where he can win the television title. You know, and with someone like Tom Sawyer, could that possibly come into play between he and Hustler Rip Manson? Is he so in the thrall of the Hustler that wouldn't even be a thought that would cross his mind? You know, I know what's crossing his mind right now is laying the hurt on the Super B in that corner.
Sure. Well, you know, you've raised an interesting point, and I don't think you want to shortchange at all what Hustler Rip Manson has been able to do for Tom Sawyer's career.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Tom Sawyer was languishing here in championship wrestling. He was a big, strong guy, but really didn't have a lot of direction, didn't have a lot of focus, and really didn't have a lot of wins. And hooks himself up with Hustler Rip Manson, and next thing you know, he's here in television main events. He's in high-profile matchups. He's got title opportunities for the tag team belts. He's had title opportunities now for the television title. You know, I agree 100%, Judge Saber. You cannot underestimate what Hustler Rip Manson's done for the career of Tom Sawyer, but at some point, there has to come a time when Tom Sawyer says, hey, wait a minute. I seem to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this situation. I mean, it's only human nature.
Look at this. Tom Sawyer landing the assist, choking the Super B from the outside.
And now, Hustler Rip Manson, one of the smartest men in championship wrestling. If you don't believe that,
just ask him.
And, but they've designed a strategy here to try to isolate the Super B.
Look at this, a big scoop and a slam.
And a big elbow drop from the Hustler. Arrogant cover, not going to get it done against the champion.
Not in a match of this magnitude. Tagging in the enforcer, Tom Sawyer. Oh, and he introduces the Super B to the turnbuckle.
What excellent camera work on that shot there from our staff here, Jason. I just have to say how appreciative we are. You know, championship wrestling coming leaps and bounds. in that department. And our wrestling was always the best wrestling in the state, but right now, the production quality that we've got going on, second to none.
You're absolutely right.
And it's only going to get better in the coming months, Jason Schaefer. Big plans, folks. We can't really spill the beans. Can't let the cat out of the bag. But big things coming for championship wrestling in the coming months.
And certainly championship wrestling coming to a town near you and you and you.
That's exactly right. Folks, stay tuned for that because we are going all over the state on tour very, very soon. Bigger venues, higher profile matchups.
Look at this! The Dealman makes the save.
We've got wrestlers asking to come into championship wrestling almost on a daily basis, Justin.
Sure. In fact, we saw it tonight with the debut of one Nathan Strange.
We did. Absolutely, we did. And
look at that! Driving his skull into the chin, taking down the enforcer Tom Sawyer. Both men feeling the effects of that one.
I'll tell you what, the crowd chanting Super Big. And there's a tag, the Dealman on the way in, and throws a knee in on Tom Sawyer. And and look at that hustler, Rip Manson, with a shot to the back.
Look at this, he takes the Dealman down.
Tom Sawyer all over the Dealman. Super B and Rip Manson squared off in the opposite corner, or the adjacent corner, and Super B out. Looks. Dealman up. Oh, and look at this. And your winner, holy Moses, your winner, and the new West Virginia television champion,
the Dealman.
The Dealman, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that. Did you see what happened? Tom Sawyer had him up for a slam, backed up. Hustler Rip Manson was choked across the rope, stumbled back, fell directly behind. Tom Sawyer, bada boom, bada bing, 1, 2, 3, new television champion, and there you have it.
Look at this.
And in the ring, Hannibal Alexander going to celebrate with the Dealman and Super B. Hannibal Alexander going to be making his debut here next week on Championship Wrestling. Jason Schaefer.
Not going to be a good night at the Manson house tonight.
No, absolutely not. And folks, we want to thank you for tuning in to Championship Wrestling this week. Please check back with us at this same time, this same channel every week. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much.
And with the joint venture between Championship Wrestling and Cole Automotive Groups, they try to bring back Saturday Night Wrestling. Next time on the Cuban Assassin Podcast, I'll be talking about the joint venture between the Cole Automotive Group and Championship Wrestling JDR Promotions on bringing back Saturday Night Wrestling. I'll also be talking a bit more about my personal life. The Cuban Assassin Podcast is produced, written, edited, and directed by me, Richie Acevedo at Mountain Man Productions. Special thanks goes to Ben Hilton for the opening and closing demographics on today's podcast. Special thanks goes to my late mother, Yvonne Dempsey, for the photographs used in today's podcast. And special thanks goes to JDR Promotions for the video footage of today's matches used on today's podcast. You can reach me at Mountain Man Productions at Outlook.com. That's capital N for Mountain, capital M for Man, and capital P for Productions, Outlook.com. Or you can just simply leave a comment. If you like these episodes of the Cuban Assassin Podcast, please like and share. I would really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Cuban Assassin Podcast, and I look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Cuban Assassin Podcast.